Well, I'm not gonna lie, I also like freedom of speech and freedom of teeth.
The question of the day is, do you think Lizzo is beautiful?
I mean, yeah. Lizzo is hot. I give her a 10 out of 10.
Do you think Lizzo is beautiful?
100%. She's gorgeous. Yeah. Absolutely.
You activated my trap card.
Has anyone ever told you that you look like Lizzo?
No.
Because you do.
What would I do?
No, because you do.
That's a compliment. Confidence is key. You're gorgeous.
Thank you.
Man, come on, man. You can see her face. She's like, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ah, man, you're part of the problem. But I can't say anything because that means I'm against women.
Okay, so wait.
Molly.
Molly, has anyone ever told you that you look like Lizzo?
What?
You look like Lizzo.
You ever got...
Tip of the day, if you're talking to a lady and she is lowering her voice so you can get closer, be careful. As a one-night person, I'm always aware.
I think the content of you will affect you and potentially your kids in the future.
I don't care.
You don't think it will affect, or you just don't care about how it will affect them?
I don't care.
What do you mean?
Next question.
If your father is making content with your mom and he doesn't care how you might feel about that situation and he tells you, I'm buying you a car and house and you should be happy, don't let him confuse you that this is how a relationship is in 2024. Because remember, back in the day, it was also normal to beat your kid and your wife.
Not today.
The 16-year-old teen cracked a 68-year-old woman's skull outside of her church, has been arrested and released 9 times before the brutal attack. Progressivism is evil. Just 3 days before the attack assaulted the church, Jovan Prince has reportedly mocked a 50-year-old woman and stole her car. Prince was arrested 2 other times for assault and has been charged with 6 robberies. Thanks to progressive policies, this woman's head was busted open. Yeah, I think it's evil too.
How long y'all been split?
Like 3 months. But I'm done, bro. I'm done.
Are you?
I promise you, bro.
She done something that you can't take back?
Bro, she turned the kids against me. She made me seem like I was a shitty dad, bro.
Hey,
and not
funny.
only was I providing for my daughter, I was providing for her 2 kids too.
Hey,
for
bro.
10 years, I provided for them. They never wanted for anything. But she made me out to be like a shitty dad. I was like, I may be I was a cheater, bro. I was a cheater. But check this out.
Yeah, okay.
The bitch was me once every like 2-3 months, bro. Busting my ass for 60 hours a week for you to me once or twice a month?
Yeah.
You crazy. I'm gonna go on Backpage or something, bitch. I'm gonna go find me a little prostitute, bro.
Hey,
I gotta give her $100 and I'm good, bro. I ain't gotta take that bitch on a date, nothing. And she confused why I do that.
So little funky and working 60 hours for 3 kids? I don't know, man. I'm not saying that he is right. I'm just saying I understand. Because when I was having funky once a month, at least my wife made me feel like I'm a good father for my 2 kids. And thankfully, it was just a phase.
Hot damn!
A lot of the survivors or lived experienced experts were saying, you gotta go after the buyer, it's just a misdemeanor. And I thought, there is no way if you buy, I thought they were mistaken.
Opponents of this measure include several criminal justice reform groups, including the Californians for Safety and Justice, Ella Baker Center for Human Rights, and the California Public Defenders Association. That association, in its opposition, has said that current law already addresses the issue. It also said, in part, this bill punishes some defendants more harshly, felony punishment and sex offender registration, even when those persons do not have the intent to have sex with a minor. Similar proposals have been blocked at the state capitol since 2014, according to legislative documents. We'll see what happens with this version of the bill when it has its first hearing next week.
This is insane. In California, if somebody purchases a child for funky, it carries a maximum of 1 year in jail and it's only a misdemeanor. Bills to raise the penalties to a felony was blocked multiple times since 2014. Social justice groups oppose this bill. I wonder why.
I understand that a lot of men, we don't really run away from marriage. We run away from divorce.
That's a fact.
We're not running away from marriage. But you gotta understand, if I found out what marriage is, it's like, I love my girl to death, but you mean to tell me if I make one mistake, they can ruin me for the rest of my life on one mistake? If she make a mistake, it's cool. She make a mistake, divorce is she just go on about her life. I make a mistake that can cost me for the rest of my, that ain't really fair. You know, one day I want to make my girl that happy because it's truly for her. And I'm man enough to say men don't look into, and it's coming from somebody who parents been married I'm 35. My parents been married since I was 5.
Right.
So this coming from a married home couple. I don't. It's just what they done made it to be now.
Right.
It's like, okay, I see married people. It's really a money game now. It seems like it's like I get married. There's no benefits for me. It's no benefits for me but to make her happy.
No, that's not how she can do it in our family. She's act like she's the queen and we're the sorry people.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
Look man, the moment they made no-fault divorce a thing, I don't think a lot of ladies even care if they have to be responsible or not. There is only liability for men, and I don't see any punishment for a woman that is trying to break his family for a good reason or a bad reason. The man has all the liability and the woman is never punished for destroying the family, separating the family, because hey, we don't want to make them responsible for anything. No wonder no-fault divorce. And now that the man doesn't even want to marry, they created new laws that if you live so long with a person without marriage, we're going to treat you like a marriage. And then you found out all the payments that you're going to pay, they're going to tax the payment too. And who's going to get the money? The government.
You'll learn one day when you grow up.
If I open the door for a lady, she's like, oh my god, you're treating me like the weaker sex. Well, that means then you're just like us. Well, I'm never going to stand up unless you're walking like a crooked.
Oh.
Yes, chivalry is dead because you killed it.
You guys want to criminalize us with metal detectors? We'll see you at your house. We'll murder you.
And that is Radhi Patel talking to the council. I wonder how she's doing now. In case you missed it, far-left activist Radhi Patel is now facing 18 felony counts for allegedly threatening the Bakersfield City Council. We need more of this accountability. And there's one thing I want to tell all the woke people that they have been telling me for so long. You can have your freedom of speech. That doesn't mean you have freedom of no consequence.
Wilhelmina, Jaden Vanderveen. In 7 for Bergen Episcopal, Abby Wilson. Out very well is Gallagher, McDaniel in lane 2. You're going to see Gallagher later on in the relays. Great knees, great drive.
I can clearly see what he means with great knees and great drive.
Gallagher, the victory here in section number 1. 25-49.
A man identified as a girl and was able to compete in the girls 200 varsity race.
About the feminists, they do hate men, that's for sure. How did you come to recognize that they hate men?
Well, the breaking point was recently, a few months ago, my girlfriend of 6 years left me, and the man that she left me for was a toxic male. He was the type of male that I thought we were fighting against. But for some reason, she's gone with him and threw me to the side. And if they want to do that, that's fine, because I'm not going to participate in toxic masculinity and this type of game where you're just going to use me as bait or a designated driver to get you to your protest.
This reminds me when I met my wife back in the day. My nephew told me, when you go in there, you can't be yourself. And he actually meant you can't be the Christian perfect boy to get a woman. You just have to be yourself. Even if you have a little micro-misogyny, you just have to be yourself. And he was right. When my wife came and talked to me, I wasn't a very nice person. I immediately started joking in a funny, uncomfortable way. But hey, I did it with confidence.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Normally I would consider that a little too toxic, but hey, guess what? I'm still with the same woman more than 23 years. Yeah, I don't count. That's why I'm not really sure, because I don't think it's going to end. Beautiful, right?
Don't get me wrong, mako sa kita bong. Put the fire na mi blonde kush hash purple skunk. Criollo colombici jam jam. Durlo que ta verde ta welcome.